So yeah, right. So first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Shai, Ba'Shem Kakadash. We say double and say apostle and agree Muslim and rule our teachers or apostles in the truth, and we see salutations so they are come to the push with no truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season or the season. We say Shalom. Once again, going into a video here, and that's basically touching upon some news. Right now, there's a lot of news coming out. You know, I should say two of the biggest things being talked about right now, other than the Epstein stuff, is what's happening in the Middle East with America and Iran, right? And also the free speech, right? Or what they love to deem to be free speech. And we know it's not free, right? But that is two of the biggest things being talked about because the majority of the news that came out today, as you can see, hate speech and terrorist propaganda, the site will be hosted. So is you see how much they are talking about. One of the things that they want to do is see YouTube went down yesterday for the whole day, right? And one of the things that they've been talking about and some of the changes that they have been doing to these social media sites is to anything speaking out against these small hats, right? Or speaking out against the elites, I know, and many other things, they would deem it to be hate speech, and they will get rid of it, right? So like these videos, the videos that we do on a daily basis, they would deem that to be hate speech. They would deem that to be something that not worthy of being on the internet. Now, with that, what I want to touch upon is this news that's been circulating since for about some days now, maybe a week, right? But today, it came in hot, right? Which was I'm going to read it here. Israeli emergency services and the Home Front Command have been instructed to prepare for war as officials assess imminent U.S. strike on Iran. Right now, before I'll come back to that, but I want to get right. This is another one here. The Trump administration is preparing for for a potential war with Iran that could last weeks and may begin very soon, according to Axios. You see, Israeli officials say the government is bracing for the possibility of war within days. U.S. sources estimate a decision could take weeks, right? So this could take weeks, but stress the patience at the White House is running out, right? So it also, let me go to the inside paper, right? I'm gonna go now, right? All right. Say top national. So this is an hour ago. Top national security officials have told President Trump the military is ready for potential strikes on Iran as soon as Saturday. Today doing this video, it is Wednesday, February the 18th, and they are literally saying that it should be soon as Saturday. But the timeline for any action is likely to extend beyond this weekend. So again, obviously we know the trickery of Esau and the lies that they put out, right? They might tell us Saturday, but they could attack next month, or they could attack tomorrow, right? But they could see the tensions are very high. Now let's go to our script. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 24, and let's read from verse 3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So you would hear what they say, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And that is what we're hearing right now, right? We're hearing and seeing all these potential wars that could break out at any moment. We've seen first world, second world, or however it is, they're testing out their nuclear capability. Right now, some of the weak saying they're strong, right? We're seeing all these top countries. North Korea, you see North Korea unveils huge new nuclear capable rocket launcher, state media. So we're seeing all these things in the midst. We're hearing about the potential wars that could break out, the potential things that could break out. And we know eventually World War III is going to happen, according to what the prophecies, that is what the Lord tells us to speak unto his people who are prophecy, right? But the signs was given us to know about the end, right? And we are seeing majority of those signs happening. These things are happening. We see the signs in the heavens, right? We see in this yesterday was Urania fire, right? Next month having the eclipse, we in those times, there's things. I know people like to say things are lining, things are happening, the prophecies are playing out, right? So are being played out, right? So it happening, it taking place, right? So you say, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. So the end is not yet. But as the scripture say, for all these things must come to pass, because there are other prophecies to happen. The MOTB being one, right? And again, that's also in the midst of it as well. I believe I have something safe here, right? Something safe here where it goes into the biometric of the Face ID verification with Discord, which is an app gamers use. But when you go into it, you could see the path they're heading down to, right? Even with the money systems and so forth, right? So let's go back up. Let's go back up where I was just now. Right. Come on, I went in here, right? So what I want to get, I want to go down a little more. I want to go down a little more, right? So this is 3 hours ago. The one I now read was an hour. This is 3 hours ago, and it seems on the same page, the United States is likely to attack Iran eventually, but not necessarily in the coming days, despite the spike in global media noise surrounding the conflict. So we see tensions are building up, right? We know, hey, Israel drawing out America, right? The least of the flock shall draw them out, right? Right? So going back to the scripture, verse 7, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So this is just the beginning of what it is to come, right? We've seen all these things. This is the beginning. There is a nation shall rise against nation. We've seen that, and we've seen it high as well too, meaning that we've seen countries, they ain't backing down, right? They ain't backing down at all. And kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. We see, right? Famines in the midst, pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, just the beginning of sorrows, right? I want to go now to the second Ezra, right? I want to go to the book of second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 18. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So what the scriptures say, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, because hey, if this happen, right? This as we just read just now, they said that it could go on for weeks or if not months. So it will be a global. So this was 2 hours ago. United States is moving closer to a major war with Iran, a major war, right? U.S. to withdraw all troops and forces from Syria. Why? Because they're preparing for this, right? But I want to actually get something here. I want to get something. Where is it? I want to find the statement that they made that it could go on for so Iran Supreme Leader Khamenei is I must pronounce that wrong, issues warning to the United States. The U.S. president constantly says he has sent a warship toward Iran. Of course, a warship is a dangerous piece of military hardware. However, more dangerous than a warship is the weapon that could send that warship to the bottom of the sea. So, they ain't backing down, right? But I want to find there was an article that stated that the war could go on for like weeks or months, right? And we know the longer it prolonged, the worse things will get. Countries will obviously put certain restrictions on certain things, right? Um, where is it? Let me see if I save it here. Right, let me see if I save it here. Let me remove this. All right. So I don't think I saved it, but there was a news that came out that the war could potentially last for weeks and months, right? And Europe, some of the countries in Europe, Germany, UK, Spain, they were already since last year telling the citizens to prepare, right? To prepare for like 3 days of darkness. France told to the January, February, March. So, can I find that, boy? Can I find that? Which page have that, boy? Let me check here. France, right? France hospitals. Sorry, hospitals, right? Let me see if I could find that here. No, France prepared. Nah, that is not it. Let me go on. If it's one page, most likely I could find it is on this page. France hospitals. So just to prove this point, right? Because we're in February, right? Could I find it? 2025. I'm looking for something for 2020, for 2023, 21, 25. Right. Let me see if I. Nope, not this. Not this. Not this. Not this. Not this. Oh, I type in phrase France. I want France hospitals. Right. I want to find the one that said that France told the citizens to prepare for the hospitals to be flooded, right? Where is it? France. I know I have it saved somewhere, but I just can't find it. And I want to find it here to add it into the video, but I'm not seeing it. But it's literally just going into France, preparing was telling the right, our next situation here must prepare for war with France. You see, war is on the horizon. Like all they hearing in the news right now, wars and rumors of wars, right? But I'm not seeing what I actually want to find, right? But it's literally France just telling the right. France President Macron, Europe must be ready for war if it wants peace, right? And we know it had no peace to come from ESO, right? France. This is the 19th of March 2025. France is preparing to distribute a survival manual to every household to help citizens prepare for imminent threats, right? Imminent threats, and this is what's being talked about last year, right? Let me see if I can find it here, right? But that's one of them, right? Well, what I was talking about, showing that but I want to find it when I talk about March, right? March, France March. Nah, they don't have it, man. They must have it, but I must be typing in it wrong. But it's literally going into like France telling the citizens by March 2026 that is to prepare themselves for they was preparing the hospitals for mass injuries because of war, right? So hey, we in that time, right? So as the scripture said, the beginning of sorrows. So take heed, right? Take heed and always be on the watch, right? So with that, once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yoshai, Ba'Shem Kakodash. We say that when the apostle and elders agree, Mr. Naruba, our teachers, our person in truth, and we see salutation, so they are come to the pursuit of truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season or season, we say, Shalom.